The Supreme Court's dismissal of a bunch of review petitions against the judgment that it gave in December on the Supreme Court's on the government's conclusion of the Rafale contract could have far-reaching implications on defense contracting. First of all, the judgment, the two judges of the Supreme Court have made it absolutely clear that they do not believe it appropriate or necessary to get involved in the complex business of defense contracting. Different parts of the judgment make that absolutely clear. These are best left to internal decision making. We cannot compare apples with oranges. This is best handled by officials in the appropriate places, and comments of that nature. So the Supreme Court has made it absolutely clear that it thinks that it possesses only a limited degree of expertise, and based on that degree of expertise, it does not think it appropriate to entertain this petition. But at the same time, what the Supreme Court has missed out on answering, except for one judge, Justice K.M. Joseph, the other two have not answered the question that is raised in the review petition, which is that we are not asking the Supreme Court to conduct an inquiry. We know that it does not have sufficient expertise. What we are asking for is a specialist inquiry by a specialist investigative agency such as the CBI. So the review petition essentially says, please get the CBI to carry out an inquiry. That has apparently not been addressed by these two judges, the Chief Justice and Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, but it has been addressed by Justice K.M. Joseph. Now, Justice K.M. Joseph has a concurring judgment, which means that the other two judges are bound by that judgment, and his comments, Justice Joseph's comments on this CBI inquiry business is also binding and has the weight of the other two judges also behind it. What Justice Joseph has said is that the CBI does have the expertise to carry out this inquiry. It is the appropriate agency to carry out this inquiry, subject to an article in the Prevention of Corruption Act 2018 that was introduced last year, Article 17A, which says that the permission of the government is necessary in order to prosecute a government official for any decisions that he have taken in the course of his duty. So that means essentially that if the petitioners want to take forward this business of a CBI inquiry and the CBI investigation, they would have to first get permission from the government for the CBI to carry out an inquiry against itself. The inquiry against the government, that is. So essentially the government's concurrence is required for an inquiry against a government official, which, as the Supreme Court, as Justice Joseph rightly notes, is not likely to be forthcoming. However, he has left the path open, and I understand from my sources that the three petitioners, Prashant Bhushan, Yashwant Sinha and Arun Shourie, will on Friday morning be writing to the Supreme Court, to the CBI, and asking it to conduct an inquiry and to take the necessary permissions for doing so. So fight still continues. The last word has not been spoken on this issue as yet. The three petitioners are still waging a battle on that. But as far as the actual business of Rafale procurement is concerned, it seems pretty much that the door has been opened for that procurement to continue. The large amount of payments have already been made by the government, so any walking away from that contract would involve a huge financial loss. So payments have been made. The first Rafale is already due to come next year. It's noteworthy that it's coming significantly later than what Dassault had originally said. But it will come next year, and by about 2021, all 36 Rafales will be a part of the fleet in India. The question is, should India and the Indian Air Force be buying even more Rafales after that, after these first 36? Well, the tendering is on for another 114 aircraft, fighter aircraft, and Rafale, by virtue of having already obtained payment from India for the India-specific enhancements or capability enhancements that the Indian Air Force wanted on the Rafale, is well positioned to offer the Rafale at a far cheaper rate for this next tranche of the contract. So let's wait and see how this procurement goes. The defense budget is in the doldrums, the economy is in the doldrums, so there's not likely to be a significant rise in the future. But if there is money to buy more fighters, it could well be that the Rafale turns out to be the cheapest option, unlike what it was in the first round of 36. And we might end up seeing in that case more Rafales with the Indian Air Force.
To receive instant updates on all videos from The Wire, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon. Pay to support independent journalism. Click the link in the description and choose the amount you want to pay.